Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Dallas ISD Bond 2015 Community Meeting for additions and renovations to Silberstein Elementary School. We're about to get started today, but we did want to let you know how you are able to join with us, participate, and be able to submit questions. We are broadcasting simultaneously in both English and Spanish, so if you're joining us, welcome. If you have questions following the presentation, you can submit them with the link from dallasisd.org/bond 2015 meetings. Again, that's dallasisd.org/bond 2015 meetings. There is a link there where you can submit your comments and questions. If you are joining us on Facebook, on either our English language or our Spanish language channel, you will be able to submit questions in your Facebook comment section. We will ask those questions live, and we will get your answers during the meeting. So we hope that you enjoy the meeting, and we have some great information to share about the wonderful changes and additions coming up at Silberstein Elementary School. Right now, the school's assistant principal, Ms. Alexander, you're on the call.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
so Ms. Alexander, it's over to you to bring greetings. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Oh, yes. Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. We are super excited about this renovation for next year, which will go right in with our new intercession calendar. Like she said, Dr. Paz is in another meeting. She and I were in a meeting together. I left to come here, and she'll be joining us here in a few minutes. Is Mr. Henry here already?
He has not joined us as of yet, so we will introduce him as soon as the trustee arrives.
Okay. So when he gets here, we will introduce him and open the floor up to Mr. Henry.
Wonderful. We want to thank everyone again for joining us. And without any further ado, we're going to turn it over to our fantastic project team who will be sharing information about what's coming for the Silverstein community. Take it away.
Hi, I'll go ahead and actually, I don't know, Jeff, you want to go ahead and get started first and then you could get off to me?
Yes, I'll be glad to do that after I took myself off mute. I'm Jeff Hool with Construction Services. I'm one of the design managers on the project. And we also have the architect of record with us today who will walk through this presentation. And we'll go through the basic description of the scope of work. But I will turn it over to Maria so that she can present this, and I'll provide any fill-in or background that's needed. So Maria, will you please go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes. So once again, my name is, as Jeff mentioned, Maria Gonzalez, and I am with Moody Nolan. I'm the project manager for Moody Nolan, and we are the architect of record. So I would like to kind of start off talking about the addition and renovations. I'll start off with site work. I'll go through the exterior modifications and then work our way to the interior. So I'll go ahead and get started if it's okay with everyone. And again, thank you so much for having us tonight. As you see on the screen, we have existing photographs of the building. So we have the newer addition on the top left corner, the two-story addition. So we do have some work there, but you can get a sense of how the newer edition and then the older edition are kind of tied together down in the lower photo. And then you can get a sense as well, I'll talk about some of the exterior and then in the following slide, I'll talk about some of the exterior elements that you'll see, but just to reference here, there's a creek that we'll be doing a little bit of work there to rectify the eroded or the continued the retaining wall that you see right there in the photo that unfortunately due to erosion did kind of fall down. So we'll be talking about some of those elements there. And then again, in the photo down below, you see, again, you get a sense of the older wings of the building. And then you see, I guess beyond there, you see the newer two-story addition. So of course, the goal is to kind of tie the older wings with the newer wing of the building together. So this is definitely, we are definitely glad to be part of this team, and we're definitely anxious and for the entire team, the students, the faculty, teacher, everybody to get a sense and get their refresh, I feel, upgraded building. Jacqueline, you want to go to the next page, please? Okay, so as I stated, I'll go ahead and start with the site revisions. So on the lower right hand side, there's a parking lot there. That's where you saw the creek. So one of the things that we're doing there is absolutely replacing the retaining wall that unfortunately again fell down because of erosion. So that's the work that we're doing there. But there's also fencing that we'll be repairing around the creek. There's already fence there, you saw in the photograph, so we'll make sure to kind of repair. We'll have a wrought iron fence there, and then we're also repairing portions of that part of that south parking lot, restriping it, and then of course to take care of some of some of the area that was affected by erosion. And you'll also see that we are including a new marquee sign. It's actually being relocated. It's closer to the existing further plan north. So we're relocating and getting a new marquee sign. Then as you walk up down the sidewalk, in the previous photo, you saw there's an existing canopy. So what we're doing is we are upgrading. We are renovating, and you'll see some photos that are coming up, and we're gonna be wrapping it up as well. And then as you move forward, as you move down the sidewalk, we'll have some sidewalk repairs throughout the site as needed. But you also see that we'll have in addition to the cafeteria, an expansion, I should say, to the cafeteria. Then in the north parking lot, we will be doing some repairs back there as well. There was an entrance there that we're repairing because we're changing. We're getting a brand new kitchen as well. So there'll definitely be landscaping improvements in that area. And then as we move over to the west side of the property, the west parking lot, will be adding some new LED pole lighting, and then we'll be restriping that parking lot, and we will be repairing sidewalks that are tying you back to the building. So again, throughout the site, sidewalk repairs for accessibility. There's pretty steep points throughout the site, so we'll make sure we repair that. And because we are adding two mechanical rooms off to the west, we'll be repairing that canopy that connects that sidewalk that's just adjacent to the building. Let's see what else. And then as we talk about the exterior of the building, in the older wing, which I'm going to say it's a sideways H, that's what we're calling the older wing of the building. That's a one-story portion. For the exterior work, we will actually, if you, Jacqueline, you want to move on to the next slide. There we go. So this is the entry. So I'll start talking about the exterior now. But as you can see, if you remember from the photo, there was an existing canopy. So what we're doing now is we are changing the configuration of it a bit, and we're wrapping it. We're adding a column, so we're kind of bringing it up a little bit. So you can kind of get a sense of what we're doing there. And of course, that's pretty much a representative of what the color is going to be. We'll be power washing, anything on the exterior. We'll be painting any surface that is painted. And here you can see the expansion of the cafeteria. So again, paint, we'll have all new exterior glazing. It's insulated, so for better energy efficiency. And then we're repairing the sidewalk right here as you approach the cafeteria, just because again, we're expanding it, so we needed to make repairs there. New exterior doors. We're gonna have accent paints. Next page too, and you can get a sense of your views there. So this is the view from the back, or I'm going to call it the north parking lot. And again, you can see all of the back is going to get new glazing. We're going to have new systems in there, and then we're also going to have insulated panels that are glazed into the storefront system. We have created this panel with the different color schemes. And then all your clear story windows above are going to be replaced as well. We're getting a new entry, a new canopy. There's an existing entry and steps there, so all that's going to be reworked. And so and then you see the little abutted or the added mechanical room there that we're adding. So we had to add a ramp there for accessibility, but all of that's going to be reworked. And then I think we have another view. So then as we go inside the classrooms or inside the school, I'm sorry, this is one of your typical standard classrooms. So we'll, of course, we have different color schemes for the different ones, but you're going to have new millwork, new finishes, marker boards, and you can see we play with the different panels and the different colors. Again, all new storefront systems, you can looking out into the exterior, and the glass, the what we're calling vision glass, which is visible, will have security screens on them. New furniture as well. And then this is one of the corridors again in the older wing. So again, we're bringing out the colors. So you can kind of see the scheme. There will be new flooring, new paints, new accent paints like that, new doors as well. And what did I miss here? And then as far as the rest of some of the other components, mechanical upgrades, electrical upgrades, we're gonna have LED light fixtures throughout. Next slide, please. This is actually in the two-story portion, which is the newer edition. We have created a secure vestibule. So you're going, rather than going directly into an open space, how it is right now, we're actually closing it off. So we'll have access controls there and a call button for you to be let in. And then this is part of the reception. So we're getting a new upgrades here with finishes, a new reception desk and millwork, lighting. There we go. And this is the cafeteria expansion. So as you can see here, again, we're going to have nice floor to ceiling open vision panels, and it's going to grow a little bit. And then of course, new finishes throughout the cafeteria as well. And this one, it gives you a sense of the different color schemes that we had for the different classrooms. Computer labs as well. You can see some of the flooring types that we have. We will have LVT, carpet, and then we have our plastic laminates, and then we have our different color accent walls and the different colors that you see there, and our tech boards. And then here you see more of the flooring. You can see here specifically, and I'll point out the cafeteria, we'll have terrazzo there. We'll have porcelain tile. We do have a restroom, a brand new restroom in the cafeteria, or in the I'm going to call it the back of house, in the kitchen area. Next slide, please. Okay, and then this one, it pretty much just goes into the different views. And I'm not going to go into every single room and let you guys see that, but again, you can kind of see the different patterns and what we're going to have. So we have the classrooms. Again, we're going to have different finishes there. We have accent. You can see a little bit if I'm not going to tell anybody to squint their eyes, but you can see kind of the flooring pattern that we're going to have throughout the corridor as well. Let's see. And then again, those are just the different views of the cafeteria, typical classrooms, I'm sorry, and the corridors. There we go. So overall, definitely we're very excited again about the just kind of bringing everyone together and have these very wonderful upgrades for the students, the teachers, staff, and hopefully, all for the better, more energy efficient, with the windows, upgraded mechanical system. So yes, does anybody have any questions? I hope I didn't miss anything or provided too many details. Does anybody have any questions?
When is our projected start date?
The projected start date is, the earliest would be the end of summer, beginning of fall, or it could actually go to winter and spring. Tomorrow we finish up with the planning and zoning aspects with the city council that'll be voting on the approval of the development plan. And then it goes into the building permit process. And the speed of that is a guess. If everything looks good in the documents that were submitted, it'll take between 2 to 4 months for the permitting, and then we can actually begin. And so it's unknown today, but we'll know more in about 2 weeks from now. We'll have a better idea. And of course, in another month, we'll have even a better idea of where it's going to stand as far as the actual start time. And so we were hoping to have 2 summers of work available, because otherwise it will go past the following summer and partially into the next fall if need be.
Thank you.
Great. If you're joining us today, we're discussing the wonderful renovations and upgrades to Silberstein Elementary School. You can, if you're joining us on Facebook, please feel free to submit any questions or comments you have in the comments section on Facebook. If you're joining us online, you can also submit a question at www.dallasisd.org/bond 2015 meetings. Again, that's dallasisd.org/BOND 2015 meetings, MEETINGS. We are here to answer your questions and receive any comments regarding this particular project. So
I have a question.
Yes.
There is any plan for teachers' lounge renovation?
I would have to look at the floor plan. The finishes of all the classrooms in the original wing were upgraded, but you're talking about a room that's in the administrative wing? Is that correct?
It's in the older building,
Then,
close to the cafeteria.
okay.
It's where the teachers have their refrigerator, microwave, and they can go and eat.
Because Maria can speak to that as far as there are new finishes in the original wing. There's new finishes throughout, so she can speak to that.
So as far as the actual, I'm not sure if you were specifically asking about the overall just renovations, but we looked at that room for any possible repairs, because I think that was one of the rooms that actually had, correct me if I'm mistaken, but it had maybe, was it mismatched VCT tile?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What was the question? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're fine. That if I remember correctly, the room that you're referring to, was it the one that had maybe mismatched VCT tile?
I think so. Yeah, that's what it is, Miss Alexander.
Yes, correct, Ms. Rangel.
So
yes, ma'am. It has 2 different types.
So for overall, for any rooms like that, I think the minimal amount of work was just to kind of make sure that nothing was damaged flooring wise, but it will get a new coat of paint refresh.
And that's it. No more updates for that room. No.
Okay.
We can confirm that for that specific room, but everything received a refresh in those areas. So
Yes.
We'll take a look at that specific room, because all of the rooms were evaluated, of course, and then brought up to the standard. So we'll take a look at that particular room and provide those comments directly to you.
That room was also shared with the copy room, so we have a space that we made a division there, because it's copy room at the same time as teachers lounge, so we don't have a specific room for each one. So we share the space, and also it's a work room, so it's like a multitask room there. So that would be good if we can maybe kind of review that and have a
Yes.
better distribution of workplace.
That particular room, yeah, we'll follow up with you on that as far as the specific improvements to that space.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that it's the right room, because I remember there was one that was a break room, and then there was a lounge room. So I hope I'm not confusing the two. But yeah, in the break room, it was going to be a refresh. In the lounge, we did have new flooring in there. So is it the one that's closer to? Let me actually, if I can get the.
It's the one next to the auditorium.
Okay, then that one, yes. Well, we have new LVT in there, and so it's gonna have new finishes in there.
What upgrades for the auditorium will be made?
If you ask that question one more time, you broke up
The
just a little.
updates for the auditorium. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Maria, she's
Yes.
asking about any upgrades to the auditorium.
So for the upgrades for the auditorium is, again, we're gonna refinish the surfaces in the rooms, and it'll be refreshed. So new paints as well in that room.
Again, if you're just joining us, we're discussing the renovation and changing for Bond 2015, under Bond 2015 for the Silberstein campus in Southeast Dallas. So if you're joining us on Facebook, please feel free to ask questions in the comments section. If you're joining us via our broadcast link, you can submit questions at dallasisd.org/bond 2015 meetings. Again, that's dallasisd.org/bond 2015 meetings. So can Jeff, or can someone go over the protocols we take? These renovations will take place while the children are in school. Is that correct? And can you go through any the procedures that we use while we are making renovations?
We're continuing to follow the Dallas ISD guidelines, which typically follows the county as well as CDC rules. We have two different safety officers. We have the school operations head nurse as well as their safety protocols. And then during construction, we also have another set of safety protocols. And we blend the two and use the most stringent for any work area. And so there's a mix of safety features where the students and staff will be separated from the construction activities, but they both will still follow visitor management systems and protocols, which include the COVID-19 protocols. So mask and hand cleaning and various other things are presently in place. And as we all know, those protocols are ever changing. And so we change those protocols as necessary to maintain the Dallas ISD standards for both operations and construction. You're on mute.
During the construction period, will this interrupt anything with instruction, or how is construction handled while kids are in the building?
The construction while kids are in the building, there's no, there can be no activities near the students that would be a safety concern. Obviously, painting a wall is not a safety concern, but pounding hammers and putting in foundations and other things are a safety consideration. And there's always going to be a hard barrier between the students and staff and the construction activities. So they keep those activities completely separate. They also don't allow any of those activities of noise, let's just say noise, which may not be a safety concern, but it is a disruptive. And there will be no disruptive construction during the school operation hours. And the general contractor, superintendent, and others will have daily contact with the office, the principal and assistant principal in office, to go through the daily concerns if there's deliveries coming in or STAR testing or other things. Those things will all be considered so that the construction will not disturb the learners or staff. Does that answer better the question?
Yes, thank you so much. The other question we have is, you spoke about the COVID concerns. You talked about the flex space and all those and how we work around. What type of enhancements, if you could go back and discuss a little bit more about the erosion at the creek and how we're going to be setting that up and repairing that?
There's probably 2 or 3 different parts to that. There's a parking lot that is the visitor parking that has a sidewalk transition into the main entry. And as Maria pointed out, the actual parking lot will be recoded, but the edges of the storm will be, the erosion will be mitigated, and there'll be a new wall, retaining wall, to guide the fluids, the stormwater, through the channel. And then after that, there'll be a safety fence added, a new one, rather than the mesh fence that you had before. there'll be a more appealing wrought iron fence that will go along the sidewalk as well as on the high side of the storm to divide the stormwater and the students. So we'll have a better separation from the storm system and the students and the student playground areas. And I believe if you go to the very first slide, it may show a little better in the bottom left what I'm describing. In the top, excuse me, I said bottom, but it's in the top picture of the bottom left of the top picture. That mesh fence will be replaced with a wrought iron fence, and everything that's eroded there will become a new wall. And so we'll have a better set. Not only will we curb any of the erosion, but we'll have a much more appealing and safer fence so that the visitors and staff and students are separated from the stormwater situation.
Wonderful. We have had a number of people joining us late. So if you wouldn't mind going back over the presentation to make sure that anyone who's joining us late can hear about the changes and renovations coming to this amazing elementary school campus, that'd be fantastic.
Would you like for me to kind of maybe repeat and start at the beginning?
Yes, Maria, if you could,
Okay. Yes.
and just kind of reintroduce yourself as the
Yes.
architect, and then just walk right through as you've done before. That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, everyone. I am Maria Gonzalez. I am the project manager for Moody Nolan, and we are the architect of record for the project. So I will start the presentation by talking about site work. Then I'll move on to exterior work, so exterior of the building, and then we'll walk right into the interior of the building. So the very first slide represents the existing conditions of the elementary school. So the top right photo there, you can see, again, the existing entrance. Will be making some modifications to the entrance, and the creek that you see right there on your screen as well. You can see the retaining wall that pretty much toppled over due to erosion. So we're doing erosion control there. We are providing a new wrought iron fence for protection around that area. Exactly. And then down below on the left, the lower left photo is, you can see the 2-story portion beyond, and then the single-story portion beyond. And again, the goal of this project is to kind of bring the two buildings together. So if we go to the next slide, I'll talk about some more site improvements that we're making. Okay, so here on the site plan, I'll start talking about the south parking lot. And so that's where you saw in the portion of the picture. So we'll be making upgrades on you, definitely fixing that area that has been eroded, and doing you can see the creek there as well, that we'll be making modifications there to mitigate that. New striping as well. And then as you walk up the sidewalk towards the building, at the exterior, I'm sorry, I missed the marquee sign. That we'll be getting a new marquee sign. There's actually an existing one that's closer to the north portion of the building near the cafeteria. So we will be moving it further down closer to the entrance, and brand new. We will be making some sidewalk modifications as needed as you continue to go up. Sorry, I missed the canopy at the entrance. There is an existing canopy, but we will be upgrading it, and we'll show you a picture on the next slide in a little bit. As I continue to walk up the sidewalk, we'll be making some improvements around the courtyard area, specifically pertaining to the sidewalk. So sidewalk repairs there, because we are expanding the cafeteria. Then as we move up towards the north parking lot, there will be having some work as well, just because, again, we're getting a brand new kitchen. So we have accessibility that we need to meet back there. And then we are modifying the entrance back there. Then as we move on to the west parking lot, we will be adding new LED pole lighting at that parking lot, a restriping. We are modifying or updating the accessible spaces back there, and we're connecting and repairing the sidewalks to tie you back into the building. We are also going, since we are adding 2 mechanical rooms on the west side of the school on the upper wing, which as I mentioned earlier, it's the H that's the sideways, so that's the west part of the building. So we will be we'll be creating a new or repairing and bringing in a new canopy that's covered, so you're covered going between the 2 spaces. I'm sorry, between the 2 rooms. So again, overall for this site is definitely sidewalk repairs as needed, and pretty much the parking lots as well, restriping them. And now let's talk about the exterior work. So if we go, there we go, perfect, thank you very much. So this is the currently there's the drop off. So we have a canopy here. So we're reworking the canopy and we are encapsulating or covering it up with metal panels. So you can see here, and they'll be nice. This is representative of what the color that it's going to be. So there's this, we are power washing and painting exterior surfaces that are painted, and power washing, cleaning as much as needed. If we go, and you can get a sense of the view in the image down below. We go on to the next image. There we go. So this is the expansion of the cafeteria. So again, we will be getting, of course, a new roof there, new storefront system, nice and open, floor to ceiling. We are reworking the sidewalk there, new exterior doors as well, new glazing as you are connecting I'm going to call it the older wing, and well, actually they're both the older wing. So the northern wing, and I'm going to call it the mid wing as well. Next slide, please. And then this is looking from the north parking lot. So again, all new glazing for the older portion of the older wing of the building. So all new storefront, but we will be alternating between vision glass and solid panels. So you'll get to see that in some images for the interior. Of course, the storefront system is, it's insulated, so more energy efficiency. And in the vision glass, we will have security screens there. And again, and then you can see there the door that leads into the corridor for the northern portion, but it's similar in the mid wing. And adjacent to it, that's where we are adding a mechanical room. And again, both in what I'm calling the northern wing and the mid wing. So we'll have a new ramp there for accessibility, new steps going up, a new canopy as well, and new clear story, as you can see up there as well. So all new exterior windows, storefront system for the older wing. Next slide, please. And here we get into the interior. This is a typical classroom in the older wing, which is going to get new upgrades, new finishes. Again, you see the color pattern, this scheme, it ties the interior and the exterior are tied together. So we will have some solid panels and we will have some vision glass. There'll be new millwork, new light fixtures, new LED fixtures, new ceilings. Let's see, next slide, please. And then this is a view into one of the corridors. This one is also going to be refreshed as well. So new paint, accent paint, and accent flooring, and new flooring as well. And new light fixtures again. So pretty much in the interior, expect new ceilings and new light fixtures. This is another main modification that we're doing. This is as you come in through the main entrance, we'll be creating a new secure vestibule. So we'll have access control there. So as you come in as well, you come in through the secure vestibule. This is the reception. So new reception, new finishes as well here, new light fixtures, new ceiling. Next slide. And this is the cafeteria. So this one is a completely brand. It's not only are we expanding the cafeteria, but it's also getting all new finishes. So new flooring, and you can again see as you're looking out into the courtyard, new storefront as well. So new finishes, meaning floor, rubber base, new paint, light fixtures. Next slide. And then this gives you a general overview of the different finishes that we'll have. So you have, again, new flooring from VCT, LVT, carpet, and then new paints, new rubber base, plastic laminate as well. Tack board, sorry, I don't think I mentioned tack board for the classrooms as well. Next slide. Okay, and then this one gives you another layout of some of the finishes, but it includes some of the finishes for the cafeteria as well, specifically the terrazzo. Next slide, thank you. And then this is an overview of the different finishes or upgrades that you can see. So you get a sense of some of the, you can see, again, some of the locations of where we grab some of those views, but again, standard, you know, for example, the computer lab is going to get upgraded finishes as well, all the classrooms as well in the corridor, so you can kind of see on there. And I think there was a question earlier as to the lounge, and I did want to kind of clarify. So you can kind of see it right there. It's sandwiched in between the auditorium and the what I called the break room. But again, this is a general overview of what we're doing there. Okay, and I think that was it. So if anybody.
And Maria, just to add to that, the break room and the teacher's lounge both do receive LVT floor.
Okay.
And LVT, explain what we talked about BCT and LVT. Could you describe the difference of why that mattered?
Yes, so there are different things that you can and cannot do with LVT, but you know, I think one of the reasons, you know, durability as well with LVT.
What is LVT?
Oh, sorry, LVT is it stands for luxury vinyl tile, so it is a vinyl tile. And if I can ask Jacqueline, if you can go back, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was probably, yes, that one. There we go. If you can zoom in, we have some of the colors there, but it comes in different, like so many different range of patterns and colors. You can get them in planks, you can get them in squares, but it's their durability, their cleanability, that we definitely like to use in different projects, specifically schools as well. And, you know, in our case, you know, I'm going to call it high traffic areas as well.
Yes, thank you for that, because it is a much more durable product and withstands scuffing and chairs and traffic much better. It also does not require the custodial waxing or the maintenance. So it cleans up with simple cleaning solutions. So it will save the custodial efforts of waxing. So that's been a significant benefit for the operational cost and the custodian's efforts. So.
Our principal, Dr. Pashetsny, just joined us. If you guys want to greet her, say hello.
Welcome, Principal.
Hey.
Hi, Principal. If you would like to make any comments right now, we've gone over the presentation about the updates and changes that will be coming to your campus very soon. So if you want to make any comments to the community, please feel free.
I just apologize for being late. I was in a principal meeting, but I am so very excited at all the changes that are coming for our building. It's going to really make this a even better place to teach and learn. So we're very excited and we're very appreciative. And it's really great to put a face with all the people that I've been speaking with on the phone. So very good to see all of you.
We want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. We've had a wonderful meeting. I will tell you, on our Facebook, our social media feed is lighting up with people with all kind of thumbs up and positive reactions to the changes upcoming to Silberstein. So we're going to leave the comment board up a little bit longer to the end of the week. So if anyone, you're sharing this, you know people who were unable to join the meeting is being videotaped, and we will be uploading a copy of the presentation onto our website at Bond 2015 meetings, so that you'll be able to share that as well. It also will be, the copy of the meeting will of course live forever on Facebook as well as our YouTube channel. So you can share the information, have others join them. If you do have questions, even after the meeting, you think, oh, wait a minute, I should have asked this. You can of course go in and submit your questions at the link found at dallasisd.org Bond 2015 meetings. Again, we want to hear from you. We're excited about this project. We're excited about the upgrades. And of course, on behalf of Dallas ISD, we want to thank our voters, not just for the show of support for Bond 2015, but also for Bond 2020. Thanks to your support and your confidence in Dallas ISD, we're able to continue to make wonderful additions, changes, and renovations, much needed improvements to our campus to create even greater learning environments for our students. So with that being said, Principal, if you would like to say anything in closing, again, continue to ask your questions. The question board will be up through the end of this week.
Jacqueline, this is Paul Smith. I finally got through.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Hello. Sorry about that. I was having, I couldn't hear anything. I could see it, but I couldn't hear it. So
great.
So I was here, but I apologize that I couldn't get it. But so I'll pull up the video when I get to the computer.
Great. Well, we will, but give us the overnight to download the actual, we're taping this live. So it'll be up and posted first thing in the morning. The copy of the video in both English and Spanish. So we are simulcasting in Spanish. So it'll be available in both English and Spanish. And we encourage anyone who missed the meeting, someone who missed the meeting, please send them to Bond 2015 meetings, and the videos will be posted there, as well as the question and comment board.
And I just want to thank everybody for being here today and for all of your support. And we also will appreciate your patience as we go through this process. But we are very excited, and we're really excited to have a place that we can be very proud that your students will be. So thank you very much for everything that you do. And we look forward to this in the upcoming year.
Okay, and again, on behalf of Dallas ISD, the Bond and Construction Department, school leadership, and our entire team at Silberstein, we want to thank you for joining us this evening and wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Good night, everyone.
Good night.